This is the round ball you and I live on. This is our planet, as it is now and as it was long ago in the gray beginning of time. Its lifeless, wrinkled skin takes many forms. This we call rock. This we call water. This is sand. And this is soil. Rock, water, sand, and soil, the dead crust of man's earth. Yet from this dead crust comes life. Yes, all growing, breathing things are merely different combinations of basic mineral elements. And the life process is kept going only by conversion of these earth elements into nourishment. Nourishment for the vegetable world as it feeds directly, consuming important calcium, phosphates, iron, through an elaborate system of roots and leaves. Nourishment for the animal world, feeding indirectly, herbivorous or plant-eating animals absorbing their essential foods after the vegetable world has taken them from the earth. Carnivorous or meat-eating animals, obtaining their nourishment after earth minerals have passed through another stage, become flesh. Man is an omnivorous animal. Man can absorb his natural nourishment from the earth crust in either form. Man can eat meat. Man can eat roots and greens, leaves, seeds, berries, and fruit. And one very special item, abounding in most of the elements of which life itself is composed, fresh milk. Fresh milk, limited to and characteristic of mammals, produced for one purpose only, to supply complete nourishment, has since the days before history been a staple in man's diet, is well-nigh perfect food. Early man was a hunter who killed to live. Early man followed a loosely organized tribal existence. Milk brought him out of the caves, down from the cliffs into a more ordered society, where domesticated herds were always close at hand, a food supply kept under control. And as man sought more abundant pastures for his precious goats, sheep, and cattle, he inscribed the first pages of recorded history with sagas of great migrations. The Old Testament refers many times to a promised land flowing with milk and honey. Thus, milk helped shape the course of civilization. Museums preserve evidence of high regard for cattle in ancient Babylon and Greece. Sometimes the bull was considered divine. Sometimes he was offered to the gods as a treasured possession. No Egyptian pharaoh was laid to rest without necessities he would require in the world beyond. Symbolic miniature cows were commonplace in every tomb. In classic Rome, at the time of the Caesars, many an aristocrat in her bath believed that milk applied externally brought health and beauty. Even in those days, it was perceived that milk, health, and beauty somehow went together. Today, American women use milk for health and beauty, but they know how and why. They know that a clear skin, sound white teeth, attractive hair, lovely nails are impossible without enough calcium. And of all foods, milk is the richest source of calcium. And as for slenderness, we'll just ask any Hollywood actress how she keeps her figure. In India, for centuries, the cow has been considered sacred, tended with reverent care, treated with utmost respect. And modern America has her sacred cows, more pampered, given more lavish attention than any sacred cow of India. Elaborate machinery of the 20th century, America's way of showing respect for milk, science applied to the instinctive practices of eras long past. Solicitude and care based not on blind instinct, but upon knowledge. Here there is more than age-old respect for the cow. Here there is intelligent reverence for sanitation and cleanliness. For man's most nearly perfect food must be kept free of contamination from the source to the table. Yes, contemporary research has proved what the ancients believed, that nature's own food is most nearly perfect for man, and the intuitive ritual of yesterday is strikingly paralleled by the hygienic procedure of today. Though steel is big, far-flung, though wheat is tremendous, extensive, though automobiles are impressive, rank high, dairying is equally potent, with billions of dollars invested in farms and equipment. With more billions invested in blooded cattle, the dairy industry does a $3.5 billion business a year. In the USA now, there are 25 million cows, representing many famous breeds. "25 million cows, one for every 5 persons, a large bovine population." While milk comprises 1/4 of the national diet, authorities agree that if we were all to drink as much milk as we should, America would have not 25, but 40 million cows, producing natural food in a living laboratory, food for all mammals, young and old. Designed by nature primarily for nourishment of the young, milk is more easily digested than any other food. Yet here is no sissy drink. In the world of sport, milk is standard equipment. High in energy, tissue, and bone-building elements, milk is basic in the diet of every athlete. But even more than the athlete, the average person requires milk to build up resistance. Rich in the vitamin that many staple foods lack, vitamin A, which counteracts infection, maintains general body tone, milk is one of the most important protective foods. And as nature originally intended, milk today is one of the most economical foods. Housewives everywhere have learned that. In a great state, such as New York, many carefully planned factors make this possible. Organized production beginning in the country. Receiving depots at strategic points. Efficient labor and time-saving devices. Every step along the way carefully supervised by state and local health agencies. And the dairy industry itself maintains complete laboratories where highly trained technicians examine, test, maintain purity. That calories and vitamins are present in full force is shown by frequent and thorough testing of butterfat content. With efficiency, cleanliness. Constantly, equipment is dismantled, washed, sterilized. Streamlined transportation. In the marketing of milk, every second counts. Bright gleaming pipes lead into a gleaming bright bottling plant. Inside, a steady flow of milk runs down through heating units, passes into intricate, carefully controlled pasteurizing apparatus. Sparkling containers, scrupulously scrubbed, and now bathed in ultraviolet rays. There's no waste of minutes or of milk. These are important reasons why milk quality is outstanding in the state of New York. Here, pure and rich in the vital elements of which life itself is composed. Here is an unexcelled, economical, but complete source of health and vigor for every citizen of the state. Fresh milk, nature's greatest food.